1st, 2022. Time is 2:01 p.m. This is our weekly business meeting. Agenda officially calling the meeting to order. Attending Commissioners Duncan, Brooks, and Phillips. And at this time, we'll pause for 30 seconds of silence. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Amy, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have pens? Plenty. Cool. Okay, then, do we have any changes to the agenda?
Nope.
Hearing none, why don't we move on to approval of the minutes, please?
I move we approve items 1 through 4.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Phillips,
Aye, and the motion's carried. Consent calendar, please.
I move we approve items 5 through 7.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Phillips,
Aye, motion is carried. The payables list.
I move that we approve the payables in the amount of $520,465.18, and that's for the week of May 23rd through 27, 2022, and the jury panel payments are in the amount of $4,317.58.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Phillips.
Aye, and the motion's carried. Okay, so we've got a few public hearings that we need to attend to. So the first one in our business segment is a public hearing notice pending issue of tax deeds. Treasurer, Amy, will you handle this?
Good afternoon. So in compliance with Idaho codes 63-1005 and 63-1.
You speak up a little bit, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
So
it. There you
sorry.
go.
My voice is about gone today, I'm so sorry. So I am presenting a list of parcels that remain unpaid for the 2018 tax year. When we started this process last year, there was 562 parcels. We are down to 21 as of right now. And so I am requesting your permission for us to record a tax deed, which puts us in the #1 position to offer those parcels at sale later if they remain unpaid and not redeemed.
Okay, so as this is a public hearing, is there anyone wishes to come forth? Jonathan, do we have folks on?
Yes, sir. 64.
Does anyone wish to offer testimony with regard to the record of tax deeds, the public hearing? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to end testimony and enter into deliberations.
I move that we end public testimony and enter into deliberations.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Phillips.
Aye. Entering into deliberations, any thoughts?
I think it's,
Pretty cut and dry.
yeah, it's fine.
Okay, motion, please.
I move that we approve the pending issue of tax deeds as listed by the treasurer.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Phillips.
Aye, and the motion is carried to record the tax deeds. Thank you, Amy. We have a second public hearing, that's item 10, and it's public hearing notice for Resolution 2022-31 regarding airport fees. Stephen Kjergaard, our airport director, go right ahead, please.
Commissioner Stephen Kjergaard, for the record, this is our annual fee review. We do have 2 fees that resulted in a public hearing need because they went above the required percentage. Those fees were the land lease rate, which was based upon CPI adjustment. CPI resulted in an almost 8% increase The other adjustment was the airport use fee. This went up to be more in line with what we see statewide. That is now recommended to be at $8,000 to $40,000, $2.75 per 1,000 pounds, between 40 and 75,000, $3.60, and above 75,000 pounds, it'll be $4.40 per 1,000 pounds.
As this is a public hearing, does anybody wish to testify for or against the proposed fee increases? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to end public testimony, enter into deliberations.
I move that we end public testimony and enter into deliberations for the airport fees.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye. Thoughts?
I'm surprised that none of the users have any concerns or questions at this point, so it's fine.
Okay. Bill?
You can't argue with the numbers. Pretty cut and dried.
Motion, please.
Bill, do you want to take this one? Oh.
I can. I move that we approve Resolution 2022-31 regarding Coeur d'Alene Airport fees.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye. Motion's carried. Third and last public hearing. Notice, Kootenai County Public Transportation Fiscal Year 23 Program of Projects. And this is our Resource Management Office. Kim, is it you or Chad?
I'll take this. Thank you,
Okay.
Kim Riley, for the record. This is the public hearing for our FY23 program of projects as published in the Coeur d'Alene Press on April 27, 2022. Our office has not received any written comments to date.
Okay. Does anyone wish to testify for and against the proposed program of projects? Hearing none. Motion, please, to end public testimony, enter into deliberations.
Sure, I move that we end public testimony and enter into deliberations for the program of projects.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye. We're in deliberations. Any thoughts for or against? Concerns? Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the program of projects for our FTA and Resource Management Office.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion's carried. Thank you. That concludes public hearing. Item number 12, First Amendment to the Ramsey Road Transfer Station for the Z-Wall Extension Agreement with TML Construction. JP for Solid Waste.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. John Phillips for the record. The Solid Waste Department is seeking your approval of this First Amendment to the Z-Wall Extension Agreement with TML Construction. During construction of the Z-Walls, it was discovered that certain plan grades did not match what was actually found in the field. The majority of the change is specific to stormwater drain and the planned routing of that drain. We also found there was a need to sleeve a water line. TML Construction went ahead, moved forward, and purchased the fittings and completed the work. The total increased cost of these changes, after forgoing some surveying work, ended up being a net increase of $1,316 to the original agreement. This is a 0.027% increase over the originally agreed amount. The Solid Waste Department does have the funds to cover this change, and this project was budgeted and approved in FY22.
Okay, so no problem absorbing the increase.
No, we're
Okay.
fine.
Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the First Amendment to the Ramsey Road Transfer Station Z-Wall Extension Agreement with TML Construction.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion's carried. Okay, item 13, Second Amendment for Professional Services at the Ramsey Z-Well project with Jacobs Engineering Group. Once again, JP, go right ahead, please.
Again, JP for the record. So the Solid Waste Department is seeking your approval of this Second Amendment to the Professional Services Agreement with Jacobs Engineering. This goes hand in hand. It's the same project. During construction of the Z-walls, Jacobs was tasked with much more work than originally planned, in the sense that they found these issues with some of the grades and things like that. So there was a number of additional requests for information from the contractor. Because of this, Jacobs has requested an additional $6,000 to finalize the project. It's about a 7.25% increase over what was originally planned out right before we started the project. We do have the funds to cover this increase, and the project, again, was budgeted this fiscal year.
Okay. Any concerns? Motion?
I move we approve the Second Amendment for professional services for the Ramsey Z-Wall project with Jacob Engineering Group.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion's carried. Item 14, agreement for professional services with Vector Airport Systems LLC and at our airport. Stephen?
Commissioner Stephen Kjergaard for the record. This is an agreement with the Vector Services to collect the airport use fees for the airport. The airport originally requested the FBO's request to collect this. However, they refused to be able to collect this, as this would be above their ability and capabilities. The airport then looked internally to see if we were able to do this and found that we would have to hire additional staffing. Based upon the estimated revenue projections, we would actually cost more money doing this internally, which is why we turned to this company. This company would be to take 21% of all of revenue collections possible, which is why we're requesting to move forward with this group.
Okay, who were we using previously?
This Stancraft and Resort were collecting it, but it was a lower amount and a fixed amount by aircraft, specific aircraft, whereas this is moving to a per weight classification, which would take more work and be harder on them to be able to accomplish that.
Okay. Thoughts, discussion? Are we okay? Motion? Whose turn?
I think it's his turn.
I move that we approve the agreement for professional services with Vector Airport Systems LLC / Vector Airport Systems in the airport.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Actually, I do have a question. Sorry.
No, go
I
ahead.
noticed it was a 5-year term, but can we cancel before the 5-year term?
Yes, we added an
Okay.
addendum to it and allows us to
Okay.
terminate.
And because it's no cost to us, I just wanted to make sure that that was,
Yeah, it's 5 one-year terms, each with the option to.
Okay,
renew, and then they
okay.
can be terminated with notice.
Yeah.
okay.
Fair enough.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Thank you. Item 15, lease addendum AAL-2017-920, addendum A to the lease agreement with Whiskey Tango LLC. Stephen?
Commissioners, Stephen Kjergaard for the record. This is to add the ability for commercial operations from this hangar lease agreement. They are the item 16 goes along with this, but it's to allow for a commercial operation out of this facility.
Okay, now when you say commercial operation, go ahead.
Right now, this hangar is only allowable to have a storage of private hangar usage. Because of that, we are modifying the use terms for this hangar to allow for a commercial paint operation.
Oh, I see, okay.
So that is, the purpose of this is to modify the lease agreement.
Understood. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve lease agreement AAL 2017-920, the addendum A to Whiskey Tango LLC.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion's carried. Item 16, consent to sublease AAL-2017-920, consent to sublease Whiskey Tango LLC to North Idaho Aircraft Refinishing Company and Whiskey Tango LLC. Once again, Stephen.
This is our standard sublease agreement between us, the Whiskey Tango LLC, and North Idaho Aircraft Refinishing Company. It just allows them to operate as a subleasee.
Motion?
I move that we approve the consent to sublease AAL 2017-920, consent to sublease with Whiskey Tango LLC to North Idaho Aircraft Refinishing.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion is carried. Item 17, contract change order number 1 with La Riviere. Stephen?
This is a contract change order. It is at no cost. It is a day's change, contract change order. This is due to a change in work schedule due to fittings not being able to be arriving on site until July 18th, and the contractor requesting starting work and changing the schedule to accommodate that.
Okay. Motion?
I move that we approve contract change order number 1 with La Riviere.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item 18, grant application for fixed route para operations training with Federal Transit Administration for $764,670 with an in-kind match of $644,346. Kim, for our Resource Management Office, please.
Yes, thank you. Kim Riley for the record. We are requesting your authorization to submit an FTA application in order to program our allocation of 5307 funds for the projects listed on the application.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the grant application for fixed route / para operations and training Federal Transit Administration for $764,670 with an in-kind match of $644,346.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion's carried. Item 19, grant application for the Riverstone Transit Center Phase 2 construction with the Federal Transit Administration for $500,000, cash and in-kind, match in kind. The local jurisdiction cash is $125,000. Go right ahead, Kim.
Yes, Kim Riley again for the record. This is again requesting authorization to submit an FTA application, this one for the Riverstone Transit Center Phase 2 construction project, the additional funding we would need in order to meet the construction bid.
Okay. Motion?
I move we approve the grant application for the additional funds on the Riverstone Transit Center Phase 2 construction project.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item 20, granted amendment, ID-2021-002, performance period extension to September 30th, 2023, with the Idaho Transportation Department, $480,000, and there's a cash in-kind match, and the local jurisdiction cash is $120,000. Go right ahead, Kim.
Kim Riley again for the record. We are a subrecipient on an ITD agreement of FTA funds. This extends the performance period from September 30th, 2022 to September 30th, 2023.
Okay. Motion, please.
I move that we approve the grant amendment for ID 2021-002, performance period extension to 9/30/2023 for IDT $480,000 cash and in-kind match for local jurisdiction of $120,000.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion's carried. Item 21, grant amendment ID 2020-015-01, performance period extension to September 30th of '22 with the Federal Transit Administration for $150,000 and a cash match from the local jurisdiction of $37,500. Go right ahead, Kim.
Okay, Kim Riley, last one for me today. This is an extension from May 31, 2022 to September 30, 2022.
Okay, motion.
I move we approve grant amendment ID 2020-015-01, which is a performance period extension to September 30th, 2022.
Second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion's carried. Item 22.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kim.
You okay, Kim?
She said.
Oh, yes, I was just saying thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Item 22, Resolution 2022-36, Cataldo Facilities Restrictions, Parks and Waterways. Our Director, Nick Snyder, go right ahead, Nick.
It really is Monday on steroids, isn't it? Good afternoon, Nick Snyder for the record. Before you, Commissioners, is in fact the resolution that you asked me to bring forward, which memorializes some rules for the county-owned properties in Cataldo. Those include no overnight camping, no overnight parking, no fires, and no commercial use or events on those county properties. Other than that, it will be open for public use, day use, and access to the river there in Cataldo.
Any thoughts or questions for Nick?
I move that we approve Resolution 2022-36 regarding Cataldo facilities restrictions with parks and waterways.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Thank you, Nick. Moving on to our status update. We've only got a couple of items. Facilities expansion, is that next week?
Yep, June 7th, we will open the RFQs, and we've already received one.
Okay. Pack Airport lease?
Still waiting for Wally to turn it in.
So this thing is executed and he hasn't turned it in?
Apparently, that's what Stephen said.
Yeah, I think it has to be executed at the next board meeting.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, they're quarterly, that's right.
Yeah, they're quarterly. So I tried to find out when the next board meeting is, but I haven't heard back yet.
Okay. So, all right, so we'll wait on that one. That pretty much concludes the status update portion of our meeting. Do we have any public comment?
Chairman, we got one from Lauren Middleton, and she said, I third the motion to pay for a wall around Idaho.
She might not be alone, actually. Thank you for that. Anything else? Okay. So the time is now 2:23. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.